Who did this? These are some of the words, feelings, sentiments, open questions that I have been having lately. Our beloved little girl was born sleeping at 8:22 a.m. on 8th of July 2024 at almost 19 weeks. It was an honor to carry her and give birth to her. She will remain a beautiful and brave child, and despite being a bit unwell and the pregnancy journey ending much earlier, she brought us immense joy and beautiful emotions in our hearts. We like to think of her as becoming the flowers in the universe. That when someone looks at a flower with joy, that joy is actually hers. In this way, she will be the happiest child in the world and will never know sadness, suffering, and pain. And we, the parents of this little magic, are making progress in accepting the situation. We feel peaceful after meeting her at birth, a peace we believe she gave us as a gift to help us heal. We experienced the most wonderful medical system, the best and most attentive midwives, and they made the situation better than we could have imagined. They gave us the opportunity to spend time with our little girl, dress her in clothes and flower muslins, and created wonderful memories with her, including prints of her tiny hand and foot, which we will always carry as a memory. We said our goodbyes, told her how much we love her, and in return, she gave us energy, full of peace and calm, assuring us that we did everything we could to give her a path to happiness. In her memory, we wish for the world to keep a beautiful memory of her and to offer joy at the sight of the flowers in the universe. These are the words I wrote down a few hours after giving birth to her, and the photo of us you saw at the beginning was taken a few minutes after the consultation that brought us the unfortunate news almost a month ago. Even though our hearts are heavy, we will keep the same joy and serenity on our faces when we think of her, as in that photo. I know, these are heavy words, often considered taboo, but to me, sharing her story with the world is a way to honor her. She will always be our child, our beloved little girl, and I feel the world should know about her story, just as it knows about any other child. It's also not something people often share, and while I very well understand why and how hard it can be to open up and talk about it, in the last few weeks I have found so much relief from reading and listening to similar stories online. In her memory, I want to celebrate and honor all pregnancies and babies that might have had a short story, and all women and parents who have gone through anything similar. I want to give a thought of joy and a hug to anyone out there who has experienced miscarriage, stillbirth, the loss of a baby at any point in their life, had to terminate the pregnancy for medical reasons, or gone through any form of baby loss regardless of when, how, or why. Mamas, if you are out there, even though I cannot do anything for you, I want you to know that I understand you, that you are not alone, and that I would hug you from the bottom of my heart. And to all the babies, to my flower, and all your flowers, I send you all my love. As I go through this hard period of my life, I've been finding a lot of relief lately by watching how others cope with their own difficulties, similar situations, or any other challenges in their life journeys. I've witnessed through online lenses so many people being so strong, so resilient, so inspiring in how they manage everything they have to deal with, and all the feelings that come with it. And as I watched them, I felt inspired. I felt inspired to keep my brain busy with all sorts of creative things. I felt inspired to try to help at least one person out there in their healing journey by capturing and sharing my own journey, my vulnerability, my way of coping and healing during hard times. So I created a YouTube channel, named it Floret, a little flower, and put together random videos from our short trip to Italy. I also have the urge to capture all the moments and steps of my healing process and not lose them because while it's hard and I'm feeling things I don't even recognize or have names for it, I also feel an immense amount of beautiful things. I am a mother. I gave birth. I have a little flower. And these are emotions, feelings and experiences I'm afraid I will lose or that will dilute in intensity over time because time does help. Time makes suffering and pain feel less intense. This urge, combined with a desire to give some relief to anyone out there in a similar or any other tough situation, pushed me towards creativity and towards trying to capture these things and share them with you. Regardless of who we are, what we study, what we do for a living, where we live, or how we live, life can hit us hard, and sometimes the only thing we can control is how we feel. You know that saying, it takes a village to raise a child? Well, I think it takes even more support to get through difficult times. So I'm hoping you, me, and maybe 2-3 other people who might watch this can bond over this online platform and over our pain, hold hands, find our strength, and get through this in life together. Surround ourselves with strength and resilience and find our rhythm again. Find a path towards some sort of normality. Nobody will be there to erase what has happened, but at least we can look forward to finding our dynamic in life again, learning, growing, loving, being kind, filling our brain with positive thoughts and allowing a smile, a hope, and a dream back into our lives as well. I also want to help normalize the fact that situations like our loss are much more common than we acknowledge. We don't talk about them, or if we do, it's often much later. When I was in the middle of the situation, I wanted so much to hear from other women who had experienced similar things. I'm sure I'm not alone in this feeling. And also, I want to help normalize the fact that grief, loss, and any hard, anxious moments in our lives come in many forms and shapes. Sometimes we cry, sometimes we allow ourselves to smile, and sometimes we even reach a point where we can laugh. The way we feel and express our emotions is different for each of us, but it is what makes us human. You never know if someone who appears joyful and energetic is actually carrying a heavy heart. We all cope with these situations differently. One moment we are down, and the next moment we are okay-ish. Some days are harder than others, some days are better. It's different for all of us, but deep down, we share the pain. During this period, it has been really important to me to have some support of my family, friends, and colleagues in different shapes and forms. I've understood that I need to allow people into my life to support me, make me smile, talk with me, and listen. Sometimes I retreat into my own corner, sometimes I feel the need to be alone. Sometimes I feel like jumping in the water, dressing up, or putting a lipstick on to make myself feel good. I know that only by consciously putting in the effort and energy can I carry the heaviness in my heart. This is how I cope. This is what works for me. For each of you, it might be different, so please be gentle with yourselves. Also, I'm not hoping to attract social media hype over my little flower story or the small creative things I might capture and put online. But I do hope to find a couple of you, online friends, to form a small, genuine community that resonates with and understands each other. So while I navigate my own healing journey, my intention is to focus on being creative, doing things that make me feel good, and finding creativity in the small things I do, from cooking to even chores, and how I spend my life, my work, my job. But don't expect anything extraordinary here. I am a normal person, but creativity can be found in anything we do day by day. Now, obviously, creativity is subjective. Alright, this has been my rambling, and I wish I could have a better way to express everything I'm feeling and thinking. From the bottom of my heart, if you are out there experiencing anything difficult in your life, I hold your hand. Let's stay positive, resilient, and try to find joy in the day-by-day life through creativity.